I want to show you a powerful strategy called index of control. I remember early on in my career when I was so proud of something that my student had done. It probably looked a lot like this. And I remember taking it to the counselor that that student was working with because I wanted to show that this student was growing and had really, I felt, accomplished something really powerful. I brought the writing to the counselor, and the counselor held it out in front of him and began to read. And then he stopped and he put his finger, there's a misspelling right here, pointing at one of the words that the student had misspelled. And I remember feeling so disappointed because I thought, wow, you're missing the whole point of what this student has done. And I think that this index of control activity really expresses and shows why spelling really isn't the thing that is our primary concern, especially at the beginning of the writing process. So, what I do whenever I work with a student like this, that I really want to consider what's going on or I need to communicate with an ARD committee, I write the alphabet down in a grid. And then I go through and I begin to write down all of the words that they have done. And so at this point, I've gotten to I read, my communicative part looked horrible, leaves everywhere, no flowers. You couldn't see the ground because there were so many leaves. So I right here, ground is here. I had written leaves before, and now I see that there's another one. So I put a tally mark right here. And then the next word is so, and I've got so right here, and then it appears once more, so I'm going to put another tally mark here. And I continue until I get through everything that the student has written. I also turn red font to show what was misspelled and write it exactly as that student spelled it so I can begin to analyze what's going on. After I finish the whole piece, you'll see that I have everything that the student has done. From this, I'm able to count all of the different words in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. And so by the time I get through counting all the different words this student has used, I see that he has used 66 different words. And we want to see kids using lots of different words, not just the same words over and over. So you want this to be relatively high in comparison to the overall total number of words. And when I count the total number of words, so I start with 66, and then I go back and I count these tally marks 67, 68, 69, and so on. So by the time I get through, I see that this student has a total of 87 words. And when I look at the ratio here between the number of words that they're using that are different words and the total number of words, I'm pretty pleased with that ratio. The next thing that I do is I look at the misspelled words. I can see that there are 7 total misspelled words, and one of them really is a mutation of the same word. And then I think there was one where, yeah, like this one right here, he said every one, it had a space between it the first time, but the second time he spelled it correctly. So I know that he can really spell. Probably if we correct those, it wouldn't be as high as the total 7 words that he had. So he's spelling 87 words correctly. No, 80 words correctly out of the total words that he's spelling and writing in this part of the composition. When I use math, that I'm not very good at, but I see that it's about 91.9% of the things that he is trying to spell, and he's using a lot of variety of words in his writing right here. I'm not really so concerned now about that he misspelled the word chopping or doesn't really know how to spell neighbors. That's not going to be the thing that really is going to move that writer forward as much as I want him to, because it's such a minimal part of his composition. And this gives me a different vision of what I can focus on as a teacher.